Hello students, today we are going to do our next poem, that is A Legend of the Northland, and this poem is written by Phoebe Carey, and this poem is a type of ballad. Ballad is a song which narrates a story in short stanzas, and ballads are part of folk culture, and these are narrated mouth to mouth, one generation to the next generation. Actually, these are passed on orally from one generation to the next one. And A Legend of the Northland is a ballad which depicts a story of an old lady and Saint Peter. The old lady made the Saint Peter angry because of her greed. So let's start the poem. Away, away in the Northland, where the hours of the day are few, and the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through. So you can check here. Northland, it's A, few, it's the B sound, and winter, it's the C sound, and then through is matching with the few sound. So the rhyme scheme of this poem is A, B, C, B. Away, away. Here you can see the words are repeated. This means poetic device repetition is used here to highlight the place which is far away. Repetition is used to indicate that to how much length, to how much extent, to how much quantity the thing is. So here away means it's too much far away, कि बहुत ज़्यादा दूर है. Where? In the Northland. So Northland is the place far away, just near the North Pole, and most of the parts of the Russia, Canada, Greenland, Iceland are called Northland, where the hours of the days are few. So here now days are described of that place where the hours of the day are few. That means hours are few. That means the days are of short period of time, while the nights are so long. While the time period of nights are long, and in winter season. Now weather is described here. In there is always, most of the time of the year there is winter season, and they here means the people who used to live in the Northland cannot sleep them through, कि इतनी ठंडी रात होती है विंटर सीजन में वहाँ कि लोग, वहाँ के रहने वाले लोग उनमें सो नहीं सकते. So here alliteration is used, and then AB CB rhyme scheme is used, and in this word that they, the sound is repeated, so it is alliteration. कि जब अल्फ़ाबेट्स की स्टार्टिंग अल्फ़ाबेट्स की साउंड रिपीट होती है वहाँ alliteration होता है. And one more thing to be noticed, check third and fourth line. And the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through. So meaning of the sentence is not clear in third line, and the line has been passed, the sentence has been passed to the fourth line, that they cannot sleep them, and there is no comma, full stop, there is no punctuation mark after the third line. So this is enjambment. So in third and fourth line, enjambment poetic device has been used here. So in the first stanza, where the Northland is situated, and days nights of Northland are described, season is described. Now come to next stanza, where they harness the swift reindeer to the sea when it snows, and the children look like bear's cubs in their funny furry clothes. So again ABCB rhyme scheme is used here in these four lines. And where they harness means tackle. The swift here means quick. Reindeer are a type of animal which are found in the hill area where it occurs snowfall, and to the seas. Seas are the गाड़ीज, carriages. When it snow, कि जब snowfall होता है तो वहाँ के लोग, they here means people of the northland, कि वहाँ के लोग जो हैं वो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के लिए जो क्विक मूवमेंट वाले स्विफ्ट रेंडियर्स होती हैं उनको यूज़ करती हैं, उनको हार्नेस करती हैं, वो टैकल करती हैं उनको सी कैरियजेस के साथ जब भी स्नोफॉल होता है. एंड द चिल्ड्रन लुक लाइक बियर्स कब. Here you can see like word is given. So whenever as or like word is given to compare the things, then it is simile. यहाँ पर जो चिल्ड्रन हैं उनको बियर के कब की तरह बताया गया है, तो दैट्स वाई सिमिली पोएटिक डिवाइस इज यूज्ड हियर, कि चिल्ड्रन जो हैं दे अपीयर टू बी लाइक बियर्स कब, बियर के बेबी की तरह वो लगते हैं इन देयर फनी फरी क्लोथ्स, बिकॉज इट इज़ ऑलवेज winter season there, so children used to wear furry heavy clothes there, heavy fur like clothes there. That's why they appear to be funny, they appear to be like bears cubs. So again in the third line, meaning is not clear in the third sentence, that's why the meaning is shifted towards the fourth line and without putting any punctuation mark after the cubs. And the children look like bears cubs in their funny furry clothes. ये एक ही सेंटेंस है जिसको कि 2 लाइन्स में डिवाइड किया गया है विदाउट यूजिंग एनी पंक्चुएशन मार्क. दैट्स वाई दिस इज इंजैबमेंट पोएटिक डिवाइस. एंड इन फनी फ्यूरी, funny furry, fur sound is repeated, so that's why alliteration is also used here. Now come to next stanza, third one. They tell them a curious story. I don't believe it's true, and yet you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you. So here you can see they means parents, them here means children. So they tell them a curious story. Curious here means interesting. The parents of the Northland used to tell their children an interesting story, and the poet is saying that I don't believe it's true. The poet doesn't have any clues, any facts related to the story which can prove it that it's true, and yet you may learn a lesson if I tell the tale to you. The poet is saying if he narrates the story to us, we will definitely learn a moral lesson through this story. And here you can see here in the telltale, t sound is repeated. This is alliteration. And yet you may learn a lesson without any punctuation mark. Meaning is shifted towards the fourth line if I tell the tale to you. So here enjambment poetic device is used, and they them, the sound is repeated here in the they and them. That's why it's alliteration here. Come to the next stanza. Once when the good Saint Peter lived in the world below and walked about it preaching just as he did, you know. Here preaching means giving moral lectures, उपदेश देना. Once when the good Saint Peter, good here means kind hearted, कि एक बार जब जो सेंट पीटर थे, सेंट पीटर is related to the Christianity, lived in the world below. When he took the birth on this earth, when he was living on this earth and walked about it, he used to walk around the earth preaching. He used to walk around the earth to give moral lectures to the people just as he did, you know. And we all know why he has taken the birth, why he was moving here and there giving moral lectures to the people. So here in this stanza, first and second line, check the first and second line. Once when the good Saint Peter, meaning is not clear in this line, so the sentence is shifted to the next one, lived in the world below. So that's why it is enjambment poetic device. And yes, now come to the next one. He came to the door of a cottage in travelling round the earth, where a little woman was making cakes and baking them on the हर्थ इज़ द फायर प्लेस, भट्टी जिसको कि बेकिंग पर्पज़ के लिए यूज़ किया जाता था. ही केम टू द डोर ऑफ अ कॉटेज. कॉटेज मीन स्मॉल हाउस की डोर पर वो आती हैं. व्हेन ही वॉज ट्रेवलिंग राउंड द अर्थ, कि जब वो धरती पर घूम रहे थे. वाई ही वॉज ट्रेवलिंग अराउंड द अर्थ? Yes, he was giving moral lectures to the people. That's why he was traveling around the earth. Where a little woman was making cake. So in that small house, a little is indicating that the woman was of a short height. कि short heighted woman was making cakes and baking them on the hearth, और उसको fireplace पर वो bake कर रही थी cakes को. And being faint with fasting, for the day was almost done, he asked her from her store of cakes to give him a single one. As faint here means tired, fasting means hungry. As Saint Peter was traveling around the earth, that's why he was tired, he was fainted. And fasting also, fasting here means hungry. He hadn't eaten anything since morning. तो भूखे थे वो, थके हुए थे. That's why he came to the door of the cottage, for the day was almost done. Day was almost done is indicating here that it was going to be soon डार्क, कि डार्कनेस होने वाली थी. इट वॉज आफ्टर इवनिंग टाइम, पूरा दिन बीत गया था उन्हें ट्रैवलिंग अराउंड द अर्थ एंड प्रीचिंग द पीपल. एंड ही वॉज टायर्ड एंड हंग्री. दैट्स वाई ही केम टू द door of the small house where the woman was making and baking the cakes. He asked her from her store of cakes to give him a single one. So Saint Peter requested the lady, he pleaded the lady to give him a single cake from her store of cakes. Now come to next page, next stanza. So she made a very little cake, but as it baking lay, she looked at it and thought it seemed too large to give away. Now these lines shows that the lady was greedy, the lady was miser, she was selfish. So she made a very little cake. As Saint Peter demanded a cake, pleaded for a cake, so she baked a very little cake. बहुत छोटा सा केक वो बनाती है. But as it baking lay, but when she placed it to bake, she looked at it, she observed it and thought it seemed too large to give away. As the lady was miser, selfish, greedy, so the cake which was very little appeared to be large one to give away. कि एक छोटा सा केक जो वो बेक करने के लिए रखती है, उसको ध्यान से देखती है और सोचती है कि ये तो बहुत बड़ा है किसी को देने के लिए. She didn't want to give the cake. And here you can see in the third, fourth line, enjambment poetic device is used. Why? Because the sentence is incomplete and it is shifted to in the next line. Now come to next stanza. Therefore she needed another and still a smaller one, but it looked when she turned it over as large as the first had done. So here she placed the first one aside and now she is needing another one. Needed होता है गूंथना. And still a smaller one. और अभी भी पहले वाले से छोटा. Smaller is indicating that she is making a smaller cake than the previous one. कि छोटा बना रही है पहले वाले से. So here you can see still smaller. So sound is repeated. So it's alliteration here. But it looked when she turned it over. But when she turned the cake, it appeared to be as large as the first and done. तो वो उसको बिल्कुल पहले वाले केक की तरह ही लगता है बड़ा. Then she took a tiny scrap of dough and rolled it flat and baked it thin as a wafer, but she couldn't part with that. Then she took a tiny scrap. Now she had already baked 2 cakes. Now third one. Now she took a tiny scrap of dough. Tiny means very little. Scrap means piece. Dough here means गूंथा हुआ आटा. जो उसका बैटर था उसका पीस लेती है वो बिल्कुल छोटा सा. And rolled it flat. Rolled is here repeated to indicate that he rolled it too मच, कि बहुत ज़्यादा उसको रोल करती है, कि उसको बिल्कुल फ्लैट बना देती है. एंड बेक्ड इट थिन एज अ वेफर, सो एज इंडिकेटिंग सिमली पोएटिक डिवाइस इज यूज्ड हियर. उसको बिल्कुल पतला सा वो बेक करती है लाइक अ वेफर. वेफर क्या होते हैं? पापड़. बट शी कुडंट पार्ट विद दैट, लेकिन वो उस बिल्कुल वेफर लाइक केक को भी दे नहीं पाती, वो उसको अपने आप से अलग नहीं कर पाती. एंड वन मोर पोएटिक डिवाइस हैज़ बीन यूज्ड हियर. Look, and in the second line, and then in the third line, and starting of the lines are same. These lines are beginning with the same words, then it is anaphora poetic device. That means when the beginning of the lines are same, then poetic device anaphora is used. Now come to next one. For she said, my cakes that seem too small when I eat of them myself are yet too large to give away, so she put them on the shelf. Now the lady is saying कि उसके जो वो केक बेक करती है, they seem too small, but when she used to eat them, they appear to be small, but when she had to give them away, they appear to be large. कि जब उसने खुद खाने होते हैं तो उसके केक उसको छोटे लगते हैं, लेकिन जब दूसरों को देने होते हैं तो वो बड़े अपीयर होते हैं. सो शी पुट दैम ऑन द शेल्फ, तो वो उनको शेल्फ पर रख देती है. शी इज़ नॉट जनरस, शी इज़ अ selfish type of lady. That's why she is not ready to give anything to eat to Saint Peter, who was standing at the door in the cold weather. Now come to next one. Then good Saint Peter grew angry, for he was hungry and faint, and surely such a woman was enough to provoke a saint. Provoke here means to make angry. Provoke here means to make angry. Then good Saint Peter, then kind-hearted Saint Peter grew angry. जो वो थी सेंट पीटर थे वो फ्यूरियस हो गए, उनको गुस्सा आ गया. वाई? बिकॉज ही वॉज हंग्री एंड फेंट, कि वो थके हुए थे, भूखे थे. एंड श्योरली, सर्टेन, कि सच में, सच अ वुमेन, ऐसी वुमेन, वाज एनफ, काफ़ी थी, टू प्रोवोक ए सेंट, कि एक सेंट को, एक काइंड पर्सन को एंग्री करने में. Here, enjambment is used in the third and fourth line. Now come to next stanza. And he said, you are far too selfish to dwell in a human form, to have both food and shelter and fire to keep you warm. So again you can see second and third line. Here, beginning of the lines are repeated. So it's anaphora, poetic device is used here. So क्या होता है, जब आप किसी काइंड हार्टेड पर्सन को प्रोवोक कर देते हो तो वो गुस्सा हो जाती हैं और कर्स दे देते हैं. तो नाउ सेंट पीटर हैज़ कर्स द लेडी. यू आर फार टू सेल्फिश टू ड्वेल इन ए ह्यूमन फॉर्म. इंजॉयमेंट इज़ यूज्ड हियर एज द मीनिंग इज पास to the next line. You are far too selfish to dwell in a human form. That means you have got a human body. You are dwelled with a human body. Still you are too much selfish, कि एक ह्यूमन बॉडी पाने के बाद भी तुम इतनी ज़्यादा सेल्फिश हो. टू हैव बोथ फूड एंड शेल्टर एंड फायर टू कीप यू वार्म, कि तुम्हारे पास दोनों चीज़ें थी, फूड भी, शेल्टर भी, फायर भी, और अपने आप को वार्म रखने के लिए. बट you are too much selfish to dwell to be in a human form. Now you shall build as the birds do, and shall get your scanty food by boring and boring and boring all in the hard dry wood. So Saint Peter got angry and he cursed the lady to become a bird. Build as the bird, as is indicating simile poetic device here. You shall, so with you shall modal is used here, which is indicating he is threatening the lady, he is warning the lady कि तुम अब बिल्कुल बर्ड्स की तरह हो जाओगे. यू विल बी बिल्ड, you will become like the birds, and shall get your scanty food. Scanty means in a little quantity, कि तुम अपना बहुत कम तुम्हें फूड मिलेगा. कैसे मिलेगा? बाय बोरिंग एंड बोरिंग एंड बोरिंग. रेपिटेशन इज यूज्ड हियर. to highlight that the bird, that lady which had become a bird had to do drilling, too much drilling to get her scanty food. कि जो बोरिंग वर्ड है वो रेपिटिशन है, शो कर रहा है, जिसका मतलब है कि उसको बहुत ज़्यादा ड्रिलिंग करनी पड़ेगी ट्रीज़ में अपना खाना हासिल करने के लिए. ऑल डे इन द हार्ड ड्राई वुड, और फुल डे उसको वर्क हार्ड करना पड़ेगा ड्राई वुड में. वुड इज इंडिकेटिंग फॉरेस्ट हियर, कि उसको जंगल में सारा दिन हार्ड वर्क करना पड़ेगा. ट्रीज़ में, ड्राई ट्रीज़ में, हार्ड ट्रीज़ में उसको सारा दिन ड्रिलिंग करनी पड़ेगी, होल करने पड़ेंगे, ट्रीज़ को डिग करना पड़ेगा. देन शी वुड गेट हर स्कैंटी फूड. So here in the second third line, enjambment is used and shall get your scanty food by boring and boring. Now come to next stanza. Then up she went through the chimney, never speaking a word, and out of the top flew a woodpecker, for she was changed to a bird. और फिर चिमनी के थ्रू एक बर्ड जो है वो उड़ता है, never speaking a word. The lady didn't get a moment to speak sorry or to speak a single word. She directly went through the chimney, and out of the top of the chimney there came a woodpecker as the lady was changed into a bird. Now next stanza. She had a scarlet cap on her head, and that was left the same, but all the rest of her clothes were burned black as a coal in the flame. Scarlet means bright red color. The lady was wearing a bright red color cap on her head, and that cap was left the same, but all of her clothes were burned when she went through the chimney, because there was fire in the fireplace below the chimney. That's why when she went through the chimney, all of her clothes were burned. Only the scarlet cap which was on her hat, that was left the same, and all of the clothes became black as a coal in the flames. Black as coal, as is indicating simile here. Black is किसकी तरह ब्लैक, कोयल की तरह, कोयले की तरह काले हो गए उसके बाकी के कपड़े. लेकिन जो उसने सिर के ऊपर कैप पहनी हुई थी, तो वो जब चिमनी में से जाती है तो कैप के ऊपर जो है वो फ्लेम्स का असर नहीं हो पाता. दैट्स वाई कैप एज इट इज़ उसके सिर पर रेड कलर की रह जाती है. एंड एवरी कंट्री स्कूल बॉय हैज़ सीन हर इन द वुड वेयर शी लिव्स इन द ट्रीज टिल दिस वेरी डे, बोरिंग एंड बोरिंग फॉर फूड. कि हर कंट्री, विलेज साइड स्कूल बॉय ने उसको देखा है वुड में, फॉरेस्ट में, वेयर शी लिव्स इन द ट्रीज टिल दिस वेरी डे, कि आज तक भी वो उन्हीं ट्रीज़ में रहती है, बोरिंग एंड बोरिंग फॉर फूड, और वहाँ पर वो ड्रिलिंग करती रहती है टू गेट द स्कैंटी फूड. सो बोरिंग एंड बोरिंग इज रेपिटिशन हेयर. That is indicating that she had to do a lot of hard work. She had to do a lot of drilling to get scanty food. Have a nice day.